Si quieren asistir a este video en español, clic en el link en la descripción.
Hi guys, welcome to this video. We're gonna make another video today about a 2023 Chrysler Pacifica. We're gonna calibrate the adaptive cruise control of this car. Before anything else, if you guys would like to check this video in Spanish, my partner Fernando, he make this whole video in Spanish, and you guys can check this out on the link that is attached on the description. So for this car, we're going to calibrate the ACC, which stands for Adaptive Cruise Control. For the ones who doesn't know what adaptive cruise control is, this is a front radar which is located on the front bumper of the vehicle and is responsible to keep the vehicle from a certain distance of the car. So before, we used to have the cruise control, which you were able to set a speed and the vehicle would be traveling on this speed that you set up. But if you needed to brake the car or decrease the velocity, you could either like do this on the steering wheel or you could manually brake the car. Nowadays, for the new cars, we are having the adaptive cruise control, which is gonna keep you are going to set up a speed, and the car will be on this speed. But if the car checks there is another vehicle in front of your car, which is in another speed, it will adapt the speed to the speed on the front vehicle. So this is what the adaptive cruise control does on the vehicle, okay? Um, so let's start the video, and I'm gonna to talk a little bit about this calibration today. Let's go. So right here, Fernando is doing as you guys can see, we talked adaptive cruise control, but as you guys can see here, they put it front radar. These things are interchangeable. You can either say front radar or adaptive cruise control. We prefer the more how to say professional terminology. Okay. Um, okay. So Fernando is showing here. Let's jump a few steps. So Fernando is gonna take some pictures of the car, and he's gonna have access. As you guys can see here, the adaptive cruise. Oh, the sorry. See, I just explained it, and this was in my mind. Here is the VCI, which is plugged to the OBD, which is on this location of the Chrysler Pacifica, okay? All right. And as you guys can see right here, always make sure to wear safe shoes while you're doing a calibration, okay? All right, guys, so Fernando got access to inside of the vehicle. He's grabbing the tablet, and right now, Fernando is not just putting the car on ignition on position, but he's also turning the engine on. And the reason why he's doing this is because he is going to perform the whole process of calibration with the engine on. And at some point, while the cars enters in the calibration mode, you are not be able to turn the ignition off and then back on, because you're gonna be stuck in the middle of the calibration and you will have an error, or maybe you could corrupt the lane camera. Am I right? Yeah. So we had some problems with this before. We didn't corrupt the camera, but this can happen, okay? So as a standard, we always, when you're gonna do Pacificas, we turn the engine on. First of all, because while we are doing the pre-scan and everything else, we don't want that the battery dies. I know that this car is brand new. It's not very often that a battery that new could die, but it's always a good standard because you never know how old is the car, how old is the battery, how the battery was treated or if the battery was already replaced for another one. So always make sure to keep the engine running while you're doing this car, okay? So Fernando turned the ignition on and the engine, and then he's getting out of another calibration. Okay. So right now, Fernando is gonna click this button right here, VID, which is gonna auto detect the VIN number of this Pacifica and will show and will have give you access to the diagnostic menu. Okay, so auto detect. It's scanning. So as you guys can see, right now we are gonna do a Chrysler, which belongs to the Stellantis group. The Stellantis group here are showing some no, the national brands of Stellantis group, which is Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. And for these cars specifically, we need to do a gateway um, for having access and do a full diagnostic of these cars. If you guys want, we can later on make another video showing you guys how to do this process and how to have access to this other software that you can do the gateway, okay? Please, if you guys want that, leave a comment and we are gonna check this out for you, okay? And record a video. Okay, Fernando is putting the tablet to the side, and right now he's gonna do take some pictures of the vehicle. So let's advance this part a little bit. Here, here. Here's Fernando is just taking pictures because it's our procedure. Because in order to save our company from any complaint that could come later, we always take pictures of the car before we even start to do any job on this car, because by this point the only thing we did is plugged the VCI. Anything else, so all the pictures are on our files. If at some point we have any complaint, we can easily pull the full documentation and show to the customer, or whatever process we need to do later on, okay? All right, he's taking pictures. Okay, so right now here on this screen, we're always put a name of the file, because this whole process of pre-scan, calibration, post-scan will generate a diagnostic file, and we are simply putting a name on the diagnostic file. Me and Fernando, we always put the license, or if the car doesn't have a license, the last 8 of the VIN, dash the date of the date when we did the calibration. If you guys would like to do some way else, you can do the way works best for you guys. Sorry. So here, let's advance. Right here at this point, the tablet already detected the VIN number. So let's advance. And here are the informations of the vehicle. 2022. As I said, it's a 2022, 2023 Chrysler Pacifica. Here's Chrysler Pacifica, and here's the VIN number and the model series right here. Okay. Fernando will now click OK. And right here is the gateway process that I talked to you guys about. Again, if you guys would like a full video explaining you step by step how to do it, please leave a comment and we will make this video for you guys, okay? So click OK. And right now, the VCI, the tablet will communicate with the cloud and get informations back and have access to pass through the gateway and have access to the diagnostic of this vehicle. I'm gonna advance this part. So it's still loading. Establish communication, and then the good thing is that if everything goes right, you guys gonna have this screen right here. Security gateway unlocked successfully. Press OK to continue. Perfect. Fernando will hit OK. And then we're gonna do the pre-scan. As a reminder, we use Autel, and Autel always let you only do the calibration after you do the pre-scan, and this is a good standard because you always want to have a full pictures of the car before you even start to work on it, because this is how you receive the car. Okay, so Fernando is typing the license, and then he's gonna put the odometer, and then at this point, let me go back a little bit. So the miles, okay, so it's gonna do the full scan of the car, and now it's asking if he wants to attach any photo. As you guys saw previously on this video, Fernando already took all of the pictures that he needed in another software that we use. But if you guys don't have any other software to use, you guys can always use the same software you have and take the pictures that are gonna save your company. Okay, so oops, let me get back here a little bit. So Fernando will type no. Right now he's texting somebody. And right here, as you guys can see, this is the button that Fernando will click. This is a quick way to get out of the pre-scan menu and go to the previous menu, okay? I always get a little bit confused when I say the word menu because I always like put a little bit with a French accent, which is weird. So, oh, this is a good thing to show you guys. This first job is the last job that Fernando was working on, and there's two ways to have access back to the post scan menu. First of all, if you click this square right here, you're gonna go to another page, and then you're gonna have access to the diagnostic if you click on a button that is right on top right of your screen. What Fernando does is he does a quick access by clicking on this little circle right here. And right, this is just a way to jump the next step, and is going to directly access the post scan menu. See, now I say right, menu. Um, so right now it's gonna have access to the gateway. Again, I'm gonna jump this part here. Complete. Establish communication. Oh, let me get back here a little bit. So still establishing communication while actually I have to get back a little bit more here. Successfully. And while is establish a vehicle communication, please make sure you leave a like button. Oh, you click the like button. Make make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment if you guys have any suggestion, any questions, or even any cars that you guys want that we bring to you, and we share a little bit more of our knowledge with you guys. Okay, all right, let's keep loading a little bit more. Okay, it went to the ADAS screen again. I think while I was talking, you went to the screen that I needed to show you guys, and this is the one. So we got to the diagnostic menu, and here is the ADAS calibration screen that Fernando will have access to. So Again, another communication. And right here, Fernando is gonna do a full scan of the whole ADAS system. And beforehand, what I want to show you guys is that here, this is the symbol of the adaptive cruise control. So no matter which name the brand puts on this menu, always look for this symbol right here, which for each brand is going to have a different name, but in this case we have ACC, Adaptive Cruise Control. Okay? So Fernando will do the fold scan. Okay, here Fernando is saying what we need to calibrate on this car. And then always put the seat belt, as you guys saw. Fernando, congratulations. All right. Now he's gonna click on this little target right here. Oh, sorry, not this one. The first target right here, which is the one related to the ACC, okay? All right. So at this point, we don't know what they did previously on the car. It could be a lot of things. If you guys have previous knowledge about what they did on the car, please type whatever or tap whatever option suits best on your case. On our case, we don't know what they did on the car. They could like have removed the bumper, have replaced the radar, or have done any other thing. So we select all options, okay? Because we don't know what they did previously. And here is just a note. Fernando will click OK. And then at this point, it's saying cycle, ignition, and start vehicle engine. So, as I told you guys previously, Fernando already put this car on a running position with ignition on. So, at this point, you don't even need to touch or do what the tablet is saying because it's already running and it's going to keep running during the whole process of the calibration, okay? So he will just type OK. And right here is telling you a little bit about the calibration process. So calibration completion percentage does not increase if the vehicle is not driven according to requirements. Calibration completion percentage is calculated based on the visible objects on the roadside instead of on time, which makes sense. And here it's just telling you to maintain the speed between 41 miles per hour and 78 miles per hour. This is a good thing to know. After this is a lot of other requirements. I'm not going to read this so the video is more dynamic. But if you guys want, here's the pause the video and read through the whole steps, okay? And then driver alignment process will start after tapping continue. Tap continue once you are prepared to drive. As you guys saw, Fernando put the seat belt, so he's ready to drive. Now it's establishing vehicle communication. And let me get back. And then at this point right here, let me get back a little bit. This point right here, the car is already in calibration mode. And if you guys can see on the cluster, here is not showing on the video, but right on the cluster of the car, it will fire up an error because the car will unlearn the previous calibration and starts a new learning process. So the error will show there. Don't be afraid. You just need to make it relearn and do a calibration on this vehicle. That's why you always start to do a calibration, okay? So right now it's at 0% and Fernando will start to drive. While he's driving, I'm gonna pass a little bit forward and advance the video because I don't want you guys to just check he's driving. Just let's make this more dynamic. So let's pass. He's driving. Okay. Still driving. Now he's bringing the car to a safety spot. Believe that the calibration is already done and everything is good. Okay, so right now Fernando parked the car, put on parking position, and then he turned the ignition off. And as you guys can see here, it's saying, please turn the ignition to the run position, then continue. So now he's gonna put to run position, or he already did it actually, and he's gonna type continue. And establish vehicle communication, calibrated successfully. Now everything is good. Fernando will take a screenshot. He will hit OK. And now is the process of doing the pulse scan. You're gonna go back to the other menu. Oh, so the video stopped, but what Fernando basically did was to perform the pulse scan of the vehicle and then attach the screenshot that he took. Um, that was a good process and was good to show you guys. And one thing that I forgot to tell you guys, this full process was connected to the internet. In order to make this whole gateway pass through, he needed access to the internet and he connected to his cell phone. Okay? Again, thank you guys for watching this video. It was really good to provide this type of knowledge with you guys. If you guys like this video, please um, click on the like button. If you guys have any comment, any doubt, or any questions, please leave a comment and please subscribe to the channel. Again, if you guys would like to check this video in Spanish, this Fernando made a whole video, this whole video in Spanish, and it's on the link in the description. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.